Lisle-Woodridge District 551, the carbon monoxide with illness, engine 55, medic 55, you're going to be due.
Today we did a mass casualty incident drill, also known as an MCI drill. So we have to bring in outside agencies, and we have to coordinate with hospitals, and we have to bring in command staff and ambulances to handle a large number of people in a short amount of time.
This was the largest drill we've ever conducted. There were over 200 students and faculty members that participated, and that is 50% larger than anything we've ever attempted before.
The scenario was a incident which is very common, where we were called for a possible CO leak with illnesses on the scene, and that gave you what we call in the field a full still response, which is an engine, an ambulance, and a battalion chief. Fire crews got here, they found it, tested the area, had a reading of CO, and started ventilation. As soon as they were able to clear the air and make it safe enough for rescuers, they would call in other companies, because now we've upgraded the alarm to come in and start triage.
So it's very hectic. You don't know what you're expecting, you don't know what kind of incident it is, so you pretty much look for context clues. You know, you look at patients, what's going on, how are they presenting. So I noticed a lot of difficulty breathing, so I kind of figured it was going to be something related to a fire. I obviously saw firemen bringing out patients, so I immediately was thinking that it was going to be fire related, carbon monoxide or some kind of smoke inhalation. So we were just kind of helping with oxygenation, you know, administering dual nebs and stuff like that to kind of help with their work of breathing.
So our triage representatives, they're going to have to start by tagging each patient. And if they can walk to you, then we take that's considered a green, and we'll create an area of green. If they can speak to you and talk, but they're having trouble ambulating, that may be a yellow. And then our red are our criticals. These are our patients that could be either trauma, they could have bleeding, they could have respiratory distress, cardiac. For whatever reason, they have some form of life-threatening either injury or illness.
So I was categorized as a red patient, a patient experiencing extreme respiratory distress. They provided me with immediate treatment. They gave me oxygen, which was to help help me to breathe better, but my symptoms continued to worsen. And in the ambulance, I was upgraded and was intubated. Not actually intubated, but intubated by the time I arrived at the hospital.
So I was an ambulance driver, and I was the officer of that ambulance. We had to do some ALS care, like intubating, giving them nebulizers, even epinephrine, and we just had to get them to the hospital as fast as possible to get to definitive care.
In this scenario, we used 3 hospitals. We used Loyola, Edward, and Elmhurst, and we had an ongoing nurse telling us the number of patients they could take, whether they could take 4 reds, 6 yellow, or however it would happen to be.
So I was a nurse at the Elmhurst Hospital during simulation. Our first patient that was brought to us was intubated in the field. So we transferred her and established her vital signs. We got respiratory in there so they can establish where she's gonna go, and we ended up admitting her.
Part of the things that they had to do today were a little bit outside of what we've taught them. There were some rules that had to be bent. So it was teaching those students to be able to pivot in different situations and learn to prioritize.
And that's really what we're going through. We know that things will never go perfectly. We don't expect them to, but we want them to learn how to function under that very, very stressful situation. And that's what makes this learning so realistic and so valuable for all of our students.
I feel like this kind of drill is so important, because if this were to happen in real life, it's so important to know where people need to be, how to stay calm, like the measures that need to be taken, and how important the communication is that's had.
What this does is offer that as close to life experience as possible. People crying, people scared, working together. The amount of planning and execution is remarkable on the faculty's part on this, so it's really something for them to do it.
Things are going to happen very quick, in a snap of fingers, and you need to know what to do and how to assess the situation at hand calmly.
I thought it was a great experience, definitely a lot of lessons to learn. It's really cool, really important.